It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Yellow. Watch the slap. Check. Hey, Sunday.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McCannon. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
15. Mike, 57.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Tanner over the middle, complete. That's Yates. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
jet bombers. Two jet bombers. 58 right there. Bandit. Bandit. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike. Ready?
They go back to Gordon here on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Tanner. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Tighten up. Tighten Richstone. Travel.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What you got?
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Tanner going deep for Benjamin. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yellow.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey, 15. 43.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Fight on these two. Watch QB drop. 15.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here we go.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Let's go, touchdown.
Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch. General West.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That throw into the arms of Allen. Fighting through it, he's got space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
64, weak. Sponge. No.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Break. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Wild Bill. Check 13. Watch twitch. 80 weapon. Hey, lock it. He's checking crack. Ready.
On third down, Tanner. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Armani Watts. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got?
They run it with McKinnon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
I'm scared. You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. Room past the 20. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And all the way up to the 21-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Mike's 50.
Looking to throw. Tanner. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Tanner. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good.
And that's caught inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to let it go deep. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 1st and 10, Tanner. Benjamin's got it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Mahomes now on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
At the Chargers' 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
58, right over there. Right
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
57 to Mike. 57.
Going for it with McKinnon. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you want.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Back to throw. Tanner. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Hey, box drop.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tanner. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 44. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At their 42-yard line.
Yellow. Oh, lady. In your face.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. 480. 50. Yellow, 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 yellow.
57's the mic. Nice 7. Let's go. Let's see what you got. 57's the mic. 50.
Second and 5 now. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Tanner. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Yellow. Miles go blue, lady.
Don't say nothing.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Check 61. Matchbox light. Get it.
Now Gordon on first down. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Tanner completes it to Benjamin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Tanner. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Yellow. That's a line.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Jet bomber.
That's us.
Five.
58.
To throw on 2nd down. Tanner throwing left side. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And the Chargers first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Operating from the gun. Tanner, that's complete. It's Gordon. Shedding through the defense. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now McKinnon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Motion, 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 motion.
Yellow.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hang with.
From the 44, Mahomes. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Badgley on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Strip that ball.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 43.
15. Yellow.
Go, 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 go.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Fight on these two. 180.
65.
Hey, Ripley.
57 to Mike.
From the 27, Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go again. Hey, switch gears.
Hey, 43.
Twist.
Attack. Let's go, baby. Attack.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 11 yards there, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
Ready? 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
Pick your game up.
Chopper, 5.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Throwing on first down. Tanner. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Throwing on third and long. Tanner gets it to Gordon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Second down, McKinnon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
finish the game.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Toss play to McKinnon. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. McKinnon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
3rd and short, McKinnon. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Let's go. 60 or.
Check. Run.
He'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. He's back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
80 weapons.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Chargers 24, Chiefs 20.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot,
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. The Charger drive about to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
and that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for our visitors, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.